Dhania, do you want to start?
Yeah, okay. So first of all, thank you very much for the organizers of the PUG of Manchester. It's an honor to be here today. And what we are presenting today is the common errors that we encounter in Power Query when working with Power BI Desktop. So we will show the main errors and then we will show how to fix them. So Maria Florencia, if you want to present yourself.
Okay, thank you very much, Dhania, and thank you for the group to inviting us to be here. As Ben said, my name is María Florencia Hourcouripe, but everyone call me Flor. I am trainer and consultant in Power BI, and I am from Argentina. I've been living in Barcelona since 3 years ago, more or less, and I came to Barcelona to do a master in business intelligence, and I really get in love with Power BI, and since that moment, I knew Dhania and the group in Barcelona, and I'm working as trainer and consultant. I have a webpage that is analyticmood.com, and well, I think that's all about me. Dhania?
Okay, great. Yeah, so I'm Dhania Mamodaly, Power BI consultant and trainer. And as you said, we lead the Power BI user group of Barcelona. And here is my website in case you want to see my work. And I'm French, but I'm originally from India. So if I come to Manchester, I will definitely taste the Mughlai restaurant. Okay, so today we will, I said that we will talk about the main errors in Power Query, and they can be divided in two categories, cell level errors and step level error. So as a short introduction, we will explain you what are these kind of errors, and then Flora will explain the first part and I will explain the second part.
Yes, thank you, Dhania. As Dhania says, I will start the session talking about the cell level errors. And I just wanted to say that we chose this specific topic because in my point of view, a lot of users of Power BI, when they start, when they have like an intermediate level, when they have an error in Power BI, they get like stressed. So we just want to define these two typical kind of errors, and in each one of them, which are the most common errors that we find. We will start talking about the cell level errors, that at those errors that doesn't prevent the query from loading, okay? But the cells with error are replaced by blank. I will talk about this in a demo, but I just want to explain before starting with the demo that when we refresh Power BI Desktop, Power BI Desktop show us that if we have any errors. Okay, we have like this message that says view errors, and we can enter to Power Query and see which are them. But on the other hand, if we enter the web service of Power BI, if we have a data gateway working in, for example, my computer, the problem in the service is that the gateway refreshes, but it doesn't show that there are errors occurring while you are updating. So I have some problems with this because I'm going to explain in some minutes with a client, and I want to show you the solution I find.
Okay, and in the second time, I will talk about the step level error. So in that case, until you fix the error, you won't be able to update the Power BI report. And even in Power BI service, you won't be able to update, to refresh your report if you don't fix this kind of error. So in the demo, I will show these three errors when the column in the table is not found, when the data source is not found, and when there is a duplicate or a blank value in the key column that is used as a dimension.
Okay, thank you, Dhania. I will also start with the demo because I think everything will be clearer looking at the data and in Power BI. I will start showing you the model. I think it's the most important to know which data are we going to work. We have a very simple model where we have a table that shows sales, and then we have some dimensions that are product, store, and calendar. Here I will not explain. I have like the typical relation in a star model that I have one-to-many relation. 3 of them are the same. And I will start talking about the cell level errors. Okay, I will show you that my model now it's okay. It is refreshing. I hope it's not okay. Everything okay. And then I have here, I will refresh it because I have a data gateway in my computer. So I can show you that everything is fine and it is just refreshing. What I will demo is what happened if someone, for example, I will demo a particular case where I have the data sources in Excel that maybe is not the best option, you know, because obviously it's always better to have a data warehouse or to connect directly to the ERP, for example. But I work here in Spain and I have lots of clients that have some pieces of information in Excel. For example, I have clients that have their own ERP, CRM and everything, but some kind of information they have to have in Excel, okay? So what happened in Excel? In Excel happened that maybe one of the person that is completing the file can do something like what I'm going to do. Okay, I will change this because I will do something like this. And I will put the same. I'm sorry. And then maybe I am a little bit, write something like this, and then.
I am the only one with the, I cannot see.
Laura, are we looking at Excel? Because we're still looking at the Power BI service.
Okay. You are not seeing. Okay, I think I have to change the. I'm sorry.
What you're sharing.
Yes, I have to share my. Wait, I'm sorry.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Okay, now you can see my Excel.
Yes, we can.
Yes,
but please
okay.
minimize me at the bottom left there. Yeah.
Okay, so I repeat what I was doing. I was in Excel and I was just adding one row to my file. And here, instead of putting a number, I write like 321 euro. This is something very common that users forgot or they write something that is wrong. I recommend always people that work with Excel or with SharePoint or something that try to put validation to cells, but sometimes it is not possible, okay? So what happens if you have these kind of errors? I will show you. I will first save my Excel and I will update, will refresh my Power BI desktop. Okay, something is happening. I will do it again. I'm sorry, I will check what's happening and I continue. Okay, so I'm sorry, I had a step that was not. This is off live, since that happened. Okay, this is the normal thing that will happen, that Power BI Desktop will show that there are errors, okay, and here it says view errors. And here I have like an icon that says that everything is fine, but this means that the query is being uploaded, okay? First of all, before continuing, I will show you that if I close this message and I came here to the data, I will go to the sales data, and you can see here that sales is being updated, but Power BI has changed, has been transformed these two cells into blanks. Can you see it? And what happened here in the web, I will show you. What is happening is that Power BI is refreshing without problem, okay? I will wait that it finishes, but nothing will happen and Power BI will update us. No errors have been detected in the refresh. I will wait, everything is fine. And when I enter the the data, I will show you that when I go to November, nothing happened, okay? Why nothing is happening here? Because actually Power BI is changing these two cells, it is turning into blanks. What's the problem that I have with this situation? That I have some clients that have the data gateway installed in their computers, and they need to know if an error is occurring during the refresh, because they don't want to take bad decision, because you can imagine that if there are some row in your data that is wrong, maybe you will take some decision without knowing that actually these two cells are not being detected, okay? Why this is happening? And I will talk now about what is the data type in Power Query. I will enter now again to Power BI. I will go to Home and I will go to Power Query. Okay. I will do another thing. I will refresh again, so you see that the error here is shown, and what will happen if I click go into the error, okay? If I click here, view errors, Power Query opens immediately. Okay. Okay, and what is Power Query doing? Power Query is making like a folder just to show you where the errors are. Okay, if I go here, I can see that I have an error in unit cost and an error in unit price. And this is because the data type, for example, in unit cost and in unit price is a number. And in this case, I have some letters in my cell. Okay, I have a new row that doesn't have to be there. Why the data types are so important? Because if these two columns are not a numerical one, the problem will be that I will not be able to do the sales column, or the sales in this case measure, or the total cost measure. So it's very important to define in Power Query the data types of each column, okay? But sometimes it happens that we have some cells with this kind of error. How can you fix this kind of errors? We have many possibilities. You can come here, you can click, for example, I think it was these two columns, and you can come here to, for example, in transform, we have the option of replace errors. I will do it, but then I will delete. We could do something like this, right? I just want to show you that when you replace errors, this query will be blank, because this query always show you which are the errors in the moment. In this case, I solved the problems here in sales. Now I have nothing here, okay? Always remember to delete this group, okay? But now I will talk about why, for me, this is not a good option, because I am just replacing error from to null. And if I do this, I will never be able to know, like what I was saying in the beginning, I will never know that someone is writing the wrong number here, okay? So what I will show you is how to solve this kind of problem and how to make a new report like that can be here in the web of the services Power BI to know what kind of errors are being in your query each time that you refresh it, okay? First, I want to say that I found this solution in the web, and it is from David Benaim. It is, I don't know how to pronounce, but it's David Benaim, and I think it's an excellent solution, because I have seen many solutions for this. I will start playing the solution that I've been like commonly in the web. That is, for example, coming here to add column, custom column, and for example, I can write try of unit price, and this try, what it's going to do is to show me I will write this. I will select, for example, here only the true, so I can see the errors in that column. And after that, I can come here. Okay, I am doing it wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, I am going to explain, but I'm going to do it another solution. But if I expand these two columns, what I can do is to know the specific errors in that column that I am selected, that is unit price. But what was the problem for me with that solution? That maybe I don't know in which column will be the error that I want to detect, okay? So the solution that I find, again, from David is to, for example, duplicate this, put here sales errors. And first of all, I'm gonna come here to transform, and I'm gonna pivot other column. Okay, and pivot other column, what does is to change that columns into rows. And after that, I can come here to value, and I can keep only rows. Okay, so now what I have, it's only the two rows, in this case, that has a specific error, so that unit cost and unit price. And I have the number of invoice, so I can detect very easily where the errors are, okay? Okay, so after that, I will come here to add column, and I will do the same. I will write try, but in this case, I will select value, because now all the errors are in the same column, okay? After that, I will open here. I will select only the errors, because I have already filtered that rows that has an error. I will select this one. And after that, I will expand again so I can see the specific message and to know what is happening with each cell and why it is not working properly, okay? I put here, okay. And now I have that, for example, unit cost. I will wait this finish. Unit cost, for example, couldn't be converted to number because it has a number, okay? Before finishing, I will delete this one because I don't need it. And now I have to make a decision. I can come here to sale, and I can, for example, come here to transform. And now I can transform all the errors into nulls. Why I am doing this? Because I don't want the query to fail. I want it to be uploaded, and I want to see the specific errors in my query here in these sales errors, okay? Now I will close and apply. I had to wait, it finished. Okay, now it didn't fail. Here the errors are replaced into blanks, but now I have this specific query, and I can make a specific query that has all the errors. You can see here that I have the two attributes that in this case are the columns. I have the detail, I have the message, and I have here where to find those errors, okay? If I come here and I publish this, I think it's a little bit.
It never quite publishes as quick as you want, does it?
Yeah, and it's happening live that it goes.
Yeah.
Gets far than
and everybody's on the internet either watching Netflix or doing Zoom meetings.
Yeah, it happens. So I will wait, but since waiting it is publishing, I will come here and I will add a new row. I will put, for example, here an error here. Then I will put, okay, it allowed me to publish. I will do it, and I will come back to my Excel. And here I will change this, and I will put the E. And here I will put different, for example, money, okay? I will save this. And we will see what happened now in the web. I will wait. This is published to web successful, and I will come here again. I will refresh my data set. Maybe this will take a little bit more. But what I want to show you is that now with this solution, I can enter my report, and I can see a specific report showing the errors that are occurring in my data source. I think this is a perfect solution for a specific problems like I had with these specific clients. And after knowing which the errors are, the business user can decide if coming here and put the right numbers, like going to the data source, or coming to Power Query in Power BI and changing, adding like a new step to solve that problem. Okay, I am just finishing my part of the demo. I will come here and I will show you that here I have one row for each error that I have put in my Excel. Okay, so that's all I wanted to present about cell errors. And now Dhania is going to present what are the step errors. And we will see that there are a totally different type of error because they make the web service to fail, and it doesn't allow us to continue.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Flor, for your demonstration. So let's say Flor and I are working together, we are colleagues, and it's really nice to work with Flor. So she sent me her report here, and now I need to refresh it because she sent me this yesterday, and today I have new data. So I will click here to refresh my report. And here we have our first step error, okay, from Power Query that says that could not find a part of the path. And why are we having this error? Because the data source, which is an Excel, is located in Flor's computer. I call her Flor, even if her name is Maria Florencia. That's why I say Flor. So the file is located in Flor's computer, okay, and so the path is different. You can see that here we have her name, but so now I cannot access to this path. So I will have to change it. And before I change it, I want to let you know that we will have this kind of error also if, no, let me first change the path, then I will explain you. So I close this window and I go here in transform data, but in the little arrow, and I will go here to data source settings. And from here, I will select my file, and then I can change the source from here, and I will find it in my own computer. Okay, I browse here, and it must be this one. And now we can see that we have a new path with my name. So I click OK, close, and now I will apply the changes that I have just made. Okay, and I should be able to see the updated report. What? Ah, this is the second error. Is it normal, Flor, that I get this error now? It shouldn't be this one here.
Have you opened the last one, Dhania?
I guess so. Recent. Peg Manchester. This is no, this is not the last one.
This is something that happened too a lot. So sorry. A good example of error.
Where is it? Sorry. It should be this one. Very sorry. I thought it was. I had replaced it before. Yes.
I think we've all come across issues like that in real life in front of customers when we're getting paid. So
No, now I understand. I will explain you the problem in case it happened. I had an offer from Dropbox, okay, that ends today. So now my Dropbox is totally full. That's why I cannot save a new file, okay? So let's try with when
This is common life. That's things that happen, and we are talking about errors.
No problem. So let me do this again. So I will change my data source from here. Change source, and I will, where did I put it? Yes, here. Okay. And close, and I will apply changes. No,
okay, I can continue.
Oh, I can change it now, and so that it's no.
If you want, I can share, and you can explain Dhania with my presentation. Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, we're sorry.
All right, let's just get Flo's desktop up there.
Okay.
We have,
okay.
Yeah, so we've got Flo's desktop.
So I am sharing now. And what the first error that Dhania has explained is that sometimes when the data source, when we send, for example, Power BI Desktop by mail, something very common is that we forgot to change the data source. And this specific error that Dhania has explained is very normal too when we are, for example, connected to a data model, and maybe a data model like, and we need a VPN. And if that VPN is not working, it's very common to have that kind of errors, okay? So the first error is here to change data source, okay? So when you arrange that, everything's worked fine. Dhania, you want to continue, and I can do the demo without problem.
Yeah, okay, let me share again. So let's jump to the second here then. When we got the error of a column that is not found in the table. Let's see why this happened. Let's say that I have received the report from Flor and I could refresh it correctly. And now I need to build new visualization inside the Flor's report. So for example, I will create a simple table with the sales and the product. It was this one, right, Flor?
Yeah, it's okay.
And the problem is that when I refresh the report, it says that the column product name was not found in the report because Flor forgot to translate it. Okay, so I will have to go to Power Query and see where this error comes from. So let me go to Power Query.
So let me explain, because this little problem that we have about the data source. Can I share again, Dhania? I'm sorry, but we are not connected to the right.
Sure.
Okay, I'm sorry again for the mistake, but it's something that happened. What Dhania was explaining is that sometimes, for example, if you have here product, I have the last one, and it's, for example, nombre de producto. I forgot to translate this specific name. So if I come here to the Excel and I change the name, for example, I can come here and I come here, for example, product name. This is something very typical too in situations. And now I will do again the error that Dhania has shown, that is that when I refresh, here it says the column nombre de producto of the table wasn't found. And this is because sometimes, I will open again Power Query to show it. And here, when you refresh to see again the mistake, is that the column nombre de producto of the table wasn't found. Do you want Dhania to continue? But I will do the demo because.
Yeah, I think you should go on with this one. Don't worry. I'll do the third example.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what is happening here is that the nombre de producto wasn't found, and this is because if I come here to the previous step, I had changed product name of the product by product name, And when I click here again, I found this error. The column nombre de producto wasn't found. And this is because I am showing now this typical formula. This is M. I recommend you to have this formula bar clicked because it's very important not to know M, because sometimes you can know more or less of the code M, but it's very important to know how to read and how to fix some kind of errors from here, from this part of the query. How can I fix this kind of error? I can just come here, see again the new name, that is product name, and I can come here to change type, and I can change here this little part of the query. Okay. And sorry, I didn't copy it. Product name. Here, I'm sorry, I did it wrong. I will do it again. I can select everything. I will do another thing. I will click Control A. I will put detect data type. It's the same. And I will click here text, because I always put my this I don't know how to say in English, this key column into text. And now I already fixed. I was doing it wrong because it is here, product name type text. And if on the other side someone deletes a specific column on my Excel, what I should do is to delete all this part of the formula. Okay, if you delete it, everything will work again too. Dhania, shall you show the other part, or do you want me to continue?
No, I will try I will explain the last error. Okay.
Okay.
If I get an error, I will let you. I will let you finish. So I did the change from my side too, because we revert the data sources at last minute. That's why this is happening. So the third example of a step error is, for example, I am in my Excel in my data source and I want to add a new product. Okay, so I will extend my table this way, and I will add a product. For example, this one I could change anything, and then I will save my data source. And now I'm going to refresh my report in Power BI Desktop. And this is where we will get the third kind of step error that says that column product key in table productors contains blank values, and this is not allowed for column. No, I won't read all the sentence, but what it says here is that in my time, I will go to my model to show you. I will close this and this so that you can see better. So this is my star model, okay? And these are my dimension. And what is happening now is that my product key column, in my product key column, I have a duplicated value, which is 415, okay? And I also have a blank value, this one, okay? And this is not allowed in a dimension in this kind of tabular model. This is why we are getting this error from Power Query. And now we are going to see how to fix it. So we are going to Power Query. And I will go to my table productors and my column product key, because I know that the error comes from here. And now I will remove the duplicate from here. Okay, and I will also remove my blank value. Flor, you showed me last time.
It's like filtering. You can put the legend filter. You can put remove empty and
empty. And now by doing these two steps, I have removed the two errors that I was having here. Okay, it's like I had removed these two rows. So now if I close and apply, I should be able to refresh my report without getting any errors.
This last step was something that happened to me a lot of time, because I think some time ago that kind of error only said that that the dimension couldn't have duplicated, but I'm sure that some time ago it didn't say that it doesn't allow blanks. So I learned it by by searching, but now I know that the dimension of a star model doesn't allow us to have blanks, and obviously we can't have duplicates in the key column of a dimension. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I should resume what we've just seen, because it was a little confused. So for the step errors, we've seen three kinds of step error. The first one was where the file was not located at the same place. So this can also happen is, for example, you change the name of your file, you will get the same kind of error. The second one was if someone changed the name of a column that it is used in your Power BI report, then Power BI won't find it, so you will have to change the name of your column from Power Query. This is what we did, this is what Flor did with Producto and name of the product. Okay. And the third one that we've seen is that when we have a duplicated value or a blank value in the column that is used to make the relation to the fact table, you will also get a step error. I hope it's clear. If it's not, feel free to ask question now. and again, sorry for the inconvenience.
Hey, no problems. Thank you very much. Flor, have you got anything you want to add to that? We don't have anything in the Q&A.
Okay, no, first of all, thank you to inviting us. It was a pleasure to participate. I hope you have understand instead of the problem that is normal, it's live, and I hope everything is clear what we try to show. In my point of view, this kind of errors, what I said in the beginning, it's there are errors that typically get stressed to some person that are starting with Power BI. I have calls from students that doesn't know how to fix, and I think that most of the errors in Power Query are more or less the same. Sometimes you have a different one, but most of the time, I think with the ones that we have shown, they are the more typical, you know.
Yeah, and I think the trick there of in the Power BI service having a separate page which displayed those errors so that the user could go back and fix those in the data source, it is quite a useful one to do. We also did a session on Power BI and Lunch and Learn where we had some Power Apps and we fixed the actual error in the Power App and then refreshed the data, and that brought it through as well. And of course, we always know it's easier to fix the error nearer the source. So in an ideal world, we'd put some data validation in the Excel sheet if we could. But these are great techniques and a great example of what can happen. And we've all seen it happen, especially with Excel files, because people just send them around, they change things. You know, it's nice to see yours are in a table. Most of my customers don't know what a table is in Excel. If there's any customers on the call, I love you all dearly. But you know, it's these are things which catch us out all of the time, I think. Yeah, thank you. Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you. Nice to do some stuff. So we've done a lot of stuff on DAX from the Netherlands. We've done Power Query from Barcelona. So thank you, Flor, to you. And I'm just going to put Dhania's photo up there so that she can wave bye-bye. And then very briefly, and then Alex, I'm going to put your whole video up.
No, it's okay.
Now, and you are now live, my friend, to wrap us up.
Thank you very much to our 4 fantastic speakers this evening. First of all, thank you to Chris over in Holland. Thank you, Chris.
Much, Alex, for inviting me.
We'll see you next year in Manchester for Power BI beers and seeing our community face to face.
Yeah, and we'll have Indian curry, right?
Yes, we'll get to an Indian. We'll get to rush home.
Yeah, I will definitely come.
Sold. Thank you very much to Mikael. Thank you very much. Pleasure having you on board tonight.
You're very welcome.
We'll be sharing your video on YouTube tomorrow, and I'm sure there's lots of playbacks on the teams. So thank you very much for that. And thank you very much to Flor and to Dhania tonight for your errors talk. Really enjoyed that. Thank you very much again. I know you guys are busy doing your Spain Power BI user group tonight, so the Barcelona Power BI user group tonight. So fantastic for that. And hopefully you'll be tapping up Chris and Mikael for your talks at Barcelona user group soon. But thank you very much to everyone who's been involved this evening. We are back in 3 weeks' time for the final Power BI user group of 2020. It'll be a Christmas meets football user group session. So we've got Ryan Bentham back, we've got Jamie Cook back, we've got Sheb, if he's free, he'll be presenting as well. And also the winner of our Power BI football competition from our Lunch and Learn session, James Best. So that'll be 4 more presentations. We'll do a wrap up of fantasy football, where people are up to. There'll be some prize giving, but also we'll finish the year in style. So thank you very much to everyone who's logged on this evening for the Power BI user group. We will see you in 3 weeks' time for the 17th of December session. But again, thank you to our 4 speakers this evening. Enjoy what's left of the evening and take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.